Hello everybody, this is Funny here. It's been about like 3 weeks since I've recorded Sakura Spirit, and I thought I decided I should bring my friend here. So, say hi?
Hi. That's
Yeah,
me.
it's Yume, right?
Yume, yeah.
Yes, it's one of my school classmates. So, yeah, let's go where I left off.
Yes. I remember seeing the first episode of this.
Yes. This is the one with the bunch of fox girls go out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
I should probably head home. That thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices should be heard nearby. Get back here! Higage, stop them at once! Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them. I'm trying to stop them. Yeah, I think they noticed what's missing, Onisama. Keep running, little one, and we might just make it. Just when I thought this day could get any weirder, the sound of heavy footfalls could be heard nearby. Why did my game just start doing that? That was weird. Maybe it's just me. Because
what happened?
I don't know, my text got cut off for a moment.
Oh.
What in the world is going on here? Further ahead, I saw a couple girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about the scene, something that didn't make any sense. The girls being chased had the ears and the tail of an animal, and the pursuers appeared to be armed with a katana and naginata. You conniving fox, come back here at once. Return what you stole immediately. Give me back my panties!
Wow. That is ingenious.
This is weird. Higage, how could you say something out loud like that? Ah ha ha, panties. Aha. Oh no, help, save us from the rampaging woman. As I watched the girls run off, I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision to just leave them be. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the two girls armed with rather realistic looking props, surely they couldn't be real, had me worried. Oh, they're real alright. I couldn't very well call myself a hero if I let something like this go by without acting. I'm so going to regret this. Mumbling in annoyance, I chased after the girls. Higage, go around to the left. Right. I said left! Why do you always undermine me? I wasn't saying right, I was... You know what? Never mind. Just run after them.
She was trying to agree with her.
Yeah. As I was chasing the girls, I noticed that the trees seemed to be getting denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path. Oh, Nisawa, I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to feel a bit... Just a little longer, Maiko-chan. We're almost... Maiko, not that, not now. Sorry, Onisama. Scissor attack! I arrived just in time to find a scene taken straight from an action movie. The girl with the blonde hair had collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably, with killing instincts running amok. Any seasoned martial artist would have felt it. Those girls were going to be in for a beating if I didn't stop them. We've got you now, thieves. I'm going to personally drag your sorry butts back to town and have you both put in the stocks. Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around without any undies on. Yeah, although I must admit, having a breeze down there does feel kind of nice. Keeps me feeling fresh and tingly. I don't know why I had to say that out loud. Higage, goodness, don't you have any shame? This isn't about you, it's about our undergarments. Stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice. Onisama, it hurts, my head hurts. Shh, it's going to be okay, little one. Hey guards, if you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch. Stop it right there. However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired girl tossed something in the air. Whatever it was flying straight towards my head. The two samurai girls instantly grew flustered. I can't see who the hell tosses up. Oh, shit. Peeling the items off of my face, I raised them into the air, looking like a professor examining an important sample while the thieves made their escape. A pink bra and lacy black panties. Son of a bitch. Oh boy, I knew this wasn't going to end well. Ah, you there. Are you in cahoots with those crafty foxes? No. And hand those back immediately. Those are evidence of a crime and not for anyone else to touch. Drop the panties right now. I'm innocent until proven guilty. It's one of the golden rules of the court. Just stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand over your undies without being turned into shish kebab. What? No, stop. Shut up. Just drop the evidence, walk away. I am Tsukino Mio, chief of the village guards, and I am ordering you to drop what you're holding right now. I don't know of any village guards, and I seriously doubt a cop would go around dressed like that and wielding a katana. More importantly, the ground here is muddy and dirty. Are you sure I should drop the evidence here? I mean, I could, but... Yeah! Before I could react, the pink-haired girl lunged towards me, the pointing end of her naginata aiming for my gut. My reflexes caught on just in time, and I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards on the wooden shaft of the weapon, sending it up into the air and causing the girl to lose her balance. Narumi, I did not order you to attack. Fine, fine, I'll give them back. Jeez, just my luck to find a bunch of crazy girls with weapons. Extending the hand that held the undies, I tried to hand them over, something that I would soon end up regretting. Huh, you think I'd fall for something so simple? Fool, you may have fooled me once, but I won't let that happen again. The woman swung her weapon wide, arcing the thick wooden pole into my side before I could dodge. She then lunged forwards and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around behind my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. I could have fought back, but I figured it would only lead up to more fighting. With the possibility of ending up stabbed, I decided to remain passive. The sword-wielding girl stepped forward and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly. Your methods might be crude, but they do get results. Hikage, tie him up. We'll bring him in for questioning. He probably knows where those pesky thieves are hiding. That's bullshit! Right. And people wonder why criminals want to resist arrest at all costs. I mumbled this weakly as the girl with the naginatas tied my wrists together with rope, and I soon felt myself dragged by the duo towards the city. Surely, once we're out of the forest, you too will stop this ad of yours and let me go, right? As much as I like to fool around, I have more important things to do. The city? Huh. We're not taking you all the way there. You'll be spending the night in the village cells, thief. Who are you calling a thief? I'm the victim. First, I get undies tossed in my face, then I had to deal with physical abuse, and now these accusations? Besides, there's no village around these parts. It's a city, you know, the Tsukino Toshi. Silence! Hikage, if he speaks again before we get to the village, you have my permission to knock him unconscious. The tsundere tyrant. That's funny. And that's how I ended up on my way to a jail cell, cuffed and dragged by two girls, both of who I started to suspect were crazy, and he said bullshit. What's next?
It's quite interesting.
Oh yeah, the text freezes because I'm using
I
Bandicam.
saw that.
When we exited the forest, alarms set off in my mind. The city I had lived in my whole life, it was gone. No kidding.
What the hell is going on?
You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, that's the same reaction as you. If I wasn't in Tsukino Toshi, then where the hell was I? Hey, no talking. Come on. I don't want to bop you that much. Kinda. Maybe a punch or two. I just want to know how the heck you blocked my strike so easily. Your attack had a lot of power behind it, but it was kind of predictable. With the right movement and enough force, that's the result you get. Anyway, I'll play along for a bit. Where in the world are we? This clearly isn't my hometown. I mean, the buildings look more like they belong to some sort of classic samurai movie. Huh? What the heck is a movie? This is Harumaru. He's been here forever. Hikage, I thought I told you to silence him if you spoke again. Actually, you told me that I could, but you didn't tell me that I had to. Must be tough being the subordinate of someone like that. Be quiet, or I will silence you for good. This time it didn't seem to be an auto threat. The girl had unsheathed her katana and was now resting the edge of the blade against my throat. I was already starting to regret having played the hero earlier. Hopefully, there would be someone with more common sense in the village. Several minutes later. I soon found myself confined within a small room, the stern-looking tsundere of a girl glaring down at me while the other girl, who was apparently called Norumi, seemed to have softened up a little. That's a nice jail cell.
It's all wooden instead of metal.
Yes. From what I had gathered during their conversations, they had called the village elder to help oversee my questioning. What purpose did these thefts have? Or are you just some pervert who gets of sniffing girls' undies? I ought to castrate you. Oh, fuck! I already told you, I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, not to mention anything worn by you would probably smell sour. I couldn't see too well from the cell where they had put me, but I was almost certain I could hear Narumi laughing nearby. Tsukino Dono, please calm down. Calm down. What the hell?
Call them. They do that a lot, actually.
Yes, I can't read that. Sorry. You brought him in to learn the reason behind his presence in the forest, didn't you? That is correct, Elder Sama. I believe he was working together with the fox spirits to steal panties and other undergarments. Objection! Huh? What are you objecting to, young man? The evidence surrounding the defendant's accusation was fabricated. Narumi-san, would you please answer this question for the judge? Was the defendant, that is myself, anywhere near the girls while you two were in pursuit of them? Hold it! Just who are you calling a judge here? Lower your voice or we'll strike you down. Hey, Mio-san, maybe the whole angry accusation thing isn't working. This guy clearly isn't a bandit. We could just ask him why he was up there in the woods. If he has a valid reason, then sure. If not, then he's clearly a panty thief, and we'll use him as a punching bag out in the yard. Finally! And here I thought this was about to become a turnabout case. I sighed deeply, partly amused by my own act despite the seriousness of the situation. Who would ever thought mimicking characters from games and movies would end up getting me out of trouble? As long as I didn't become an ace prisoner, things would hopefully turn out for the better. A wise idea, Narumi-chan. How about you start by giving us her name? Gushiken Takahiro. So, what were you doing in the forest when these two were chasing the thieves? I'm not entirely sure myself. One moment I was praying at the shrine, hidden inside the forest. Next thing I knew, some weird girl was talking to me. A girl? Yes, a girl with horns and a tail. I know it sounds weird, but I could have sworn I saw her before I must have fainted. After that, I woke up somewhere near the forest. Tsukino Dono, Norimi-chan. Do you recall the stories behind the shrine near our village? Forgive me, Elder Sama, I do not recall. I know it's a place of high spiritual energy, a sacred place, but I can't remember the details. Sorry, grandfather. That shrine belongs to the Tsuyuri, a powerful spirit that has been watching over our village for as long as anyone can remember. Unlike the fox spirits, we tend to avoid going too deep into the forest. I still think I could get rid of those pests once and for all if you would just let me go in and find her home. It's probably hidden in some damn cave on the hill, or some rundown old house. Humans and spirits rarely mingle, even if they meet with good intentions. The fact that this lad says he saw a spirit means there is a chance he was there for a reason. Not to mention, did you take a good look at him yet? He seems disoriented and his clothes look foreign. He did seem to be talking gibberish earlier. He claimed to be from a city near here, but there's nothing like that around for miles. He was also talking about something called a move. and he used some fighting techniques that I have never even seen before. He is still a pervert. And he said that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what he's been saying this whole time, actually.
Yeah.
He's completely innocent.
I'm not a pervert. It's perfectly natural for a guy my age to be curious about certain things. Besides, if you're talking about how the panties ended up on my face, I had nothing to do with it, you tsundere tyrant. What did you just call me? I ought to smash you into pieces, you brat. Oh, wait, now that I think about it, those two foxes did look like they were just abandoning them. But, grandfather, what does all this mean? I can't be certain. However, I believe it is unlikely that he's working together with the fox spirits. Still, I have never heard of any human to come upon a spirit such as the Suyuri. I dare say he might not even be of this world. Wait, are you trying to say that I'm in a different world now? That would be the most logical explanation. In what world would that be considered logical? But I have an important tournament to participate in 2 weeks from now. Well, it's too late. Well, no one has ever experienced something like this before. We will have to think of how to deal with you, or if it is even possible to get you back to your own world. In the meantime, a night in the cell won't hurt. You did assault the village guard, and he resisted arrest. That's bullshit. It's called self-defense. He has to his own stand your ground law. It's bullshit. You could stay here until he rots for all I care. What the hell? But I suspect the elder will wish to have a talk with you soon. Hikage, I'm going to clean myself off. I suggest you do it the same. I would take offense for implying that I stink, but that was one hell of a run. Those fox spirits run fast. I would still like to know more about those techniques, Takahiro-san. If you do happen to stick around, I might want to go a few rounds with you. It's not like I'll be going anywhere for the time being. It is only for a few hours while we discuss what to do with you. A person such as yourself would end up causing quite the commotion amongst the villagers, so it is necessary to convince them that you mean them no harm before we release you. And that was how I found myself stuck in a jail cell, while the people responsible for my situation left to deal with personal errands. This sucks. As if being sent to a different world wasn't bad enough, I'm stuck in jail with my only company being. God. A pair of beautiful, magnificent, majestic foxillers, you lucky boy. A pair of beautiful... Wait a second. Yeah, yahoo. Hi there, Panty boy. A familiar face appeared at the top of my cell. A blonde girl with golden eyes. As I watched, she flipped over and landed in front of the cell, waving her hands at me. From the side of the cell, another girl appeared. A wry grin on her face. Oh, it's
no.
her. It's her again. You're gonna get me out?
Maybe.
Ah, it's the panty thieves. If you're here to reclaim your hostages, they are already back where they belong. Nope, we saw the guards go into the baths and swiped the maid in silk again. Look. With that, she pulled out a pair of lacy silken underwear from her sleeve and stretched it out with her thumbs, showing off her panty prize to me. Don't show that to me. When I'm in jail. You came all the way back here to snatch their underwear again? And I'm not sure that the tsundere tyrant fits that label. The cutie with the katana? You would be surprised. I happen to believe that she is as innocent as one can be. She seems far too uptight to let any man touch her. I like the look on her face.
Yeah.
As for returning to the village, we have a debt to settle. I smiled weakly as I wondered what the fox meant by debt. I'm not sure what this debt of yours might be, but I think you better leave before those two return. You don't seem to be on friendly terms with the samurai girls. Wait. If he doesn't know about it, we can't just leave, Onisama. Maiko, that is not how we do things. Young man, your actions allowed us to escape our earlier predicaments without harm. This places us in your debt, for which we are now repaying you. Maiko, do the magic. Okay. The younger girl walked forward and placed her hands upon the locked door of the cell. She began mumbling something that I couldn't even begin to understand, and her hands began glowing brightly. Different worlds, girls wielding weapons, and now fox girls using magic. Next on the list, I'm going to find a talkative magical sword and then end up destined to save the world. I don't know.
Hey, I know that game. That sounds like Dust. It's an Xbox 360 game.
I never played that game before.
It's awesome.
That said, I was curious to see what this magic would do to the lock keeping me in prison. That lock is going to melt into freaking goo. The glow flared for a moment before quickly fading. There was a hiss and then a sizzle as the lock dripped to the floor in a mess of melted metal. Disgusting. Well done, Maiko-chan. You did very well. Relax for now, alright? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be the most surprised about. The fact that a girl just melted a steel lock, or that I'm starting to accept that this is normal. This level of magic is extraordinary. Maiko-chan is quite gifted. But as I said, we are here to settle our debt. If you would like, we can escort you back to the forest where we first encountered you. I do, however, suggest that you decide quickly. The guards do not bathe for long. I should know. I have observed them for a while. Well, I don't plan on sticking around, so I'll gladly accompany two of you out of here. Maybe I'll be able to find my way back home. Yeah, get out of this empty jail cell, even though it's clean. Lead the way, peeping Tammy. Machiko. Sakurano Machiko, not Tammy. What? Why would he say Tammy? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Takahiro, but I suggest we keep the introductions for later. Very well then, Taka-kun, follow. As I was stepping out of the cell, the sound of a familiar voice boomed in the distance. Oh, yup, there
Oh god.
they arrived. Thieves! Crafty, foxy kleptomaniacs, I'll skin you alive! I think that's our cue to get out of here. And with that, the three of us darted out of the prison. And that's pretty much what happened. According to the village elder, there's supposed to be a shrine somewhere in the forest. It must be the same one I visited before I got caught up in this mess. Goodness, that sounds like a terrible situation. I know that spirits such as Tsuyuri enjoy playing with people, but this seems a little cruel of her. I would speak with her myself, but fox spirits are not allowed near the shrine. Huh? I thought the reason we never go there was because you get all flustered whenever the Su-chan's around. Shut up, Maiko. I didn't realize a panty thief could get embarrassed like that. But maybe you two could show me the way to the shrine. Somehow the layout of this forest seems different from my world. Which pretty much meant that Aria's map was useless now. You do not understand. There is more to the ways of us spirits than meets the eye, Taka-kun. I will try to navigate you to the shrine, but if Tsuyuri does not want us there, then we will simply not get there. The only places we can navigate to directly are our home and the village. I could use gate magic, but that takes a super long time to cast, and unless I concentrate really hard, it usually ends up just taking us someplace. Not fun. I think I'll prefer taking the ground route, but thanks for the offer. Maiko-chan, was it? That's right, Sakurano Maiko, at your service. Yay, my first human friend. Silly girl. Not that I doubt your navigation skills or anything, but didn't we cross this path a while ago? Oh, you're right. Why are we back here, Oni-sama? Huh? I thought you were leading the way. Wait, I think if we turn this way, cut through these trees here, we might... And you fell into the river. The girl seemingly disappeared out of sight as she stepped in between two tall trunks, only to be followed by a loud splash. I ran towards the trees and looked down to see the girl, arms flailing wildly, neck deep in the slow-moving river. Oni-sama! Oni-sama! Quick! Please, you have to help her! I'm begging you. I'll do whatever you want. Just please save her. Help! doesn't look that deep, you know. Don't tell me that your sister can't. She can't swim. Neither of us can. Please, Takahiro-san, please, rescue my sister. I guess I don't have a choice. Smiling weakly, I pulled off my jacket and dove into the river, the cold water sending shivers down my spine. As I swam towards Machiko, who, despite the lack of a strong current, was slowly disappearing under the water. Urged on by the worried shouts of Maiko, I tried to reach the girl as quickly as possible. It took me a few strokes before I reached her, but by the time I had grabbed a hold of her and pulled her out of the water, she had lost consciousness. She's not breathing. I felt my stomach drop. Dreadful thoughts of what might happen if I didn't do something began to fill my mind. But what in the world could I possibly do? CPR? What?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. She's not breathing. Help her. Please save her. Oni-sama, please, wake up. Okay, but I need to concentrate. Can you find something to dry her off with? Right. Great. A mage without a revive spell. As if trying to steel my nerves for what I was about to do, I muttered those words just before leaning in. All I could remember from my first aid training was that the patient had to be in a so-called recovery position, and that I had to blow air into their mouth and push down on their chest. My heart pounded faster and faster as I looked down at the fox girl. I could feel my cheeks heating up as the blush spread across my face. Clumsily, I put her into what I hoped was the right position, and slowly I lowered myself towards her face. My lips parted. Oh, that music. If you were this desperate for a kiss, you could have just asked. I know I am a beautiful, exquisite creature, but pushing me into a river so you can play a hero is a bit too much, Taka-kun. Oh boy, more ecchi. It's not like that. I went in to save you. Oh, why thank you, oh valiant hero, for your rescue. I must admit, I am not the greatest swimmer. But, you know, it's often better to get permission from the maiden you rescued before you claim them as your reward, silly. I didn't have a choice. I either claimed your lips or death would claim you instead. And a bold choice that was. Where's Maiko? I hope she didn't try to save me first. She is even worse at swimming than I am. Despite the fatigue she received,
Yeah.
she's fine. She should be heading back here right now. In that case, I believe we have enough time. So how about it, Taka-kun? My little sister will be back in a few minutes, and I am sure a boy like you have probably never kissed a girl before. So how about it? Want to claim this maiden's lips? Don't make me toss you back into the river. But we should. Ah, such a shame too. I was looking forward to finding out just about how sweet your lips tasted. Yes, it tastes like strawberry.
Yeah.
Not sure I want to find out what a wet fox tastes like. The almighty cat fox girl. Oh, I assure you, I taste a lot better when I'm wet. For some reason, I don't think we're talking about the same thing anymore. I felt my cheeks flushing up slightly at Machiko's teasing words, and I awkwardly scratched my cheek. Anyway, at this rate, you're going to catch a cold. Then perhaps you should warm me up, Taka-kun. More importantly, we need you to get out of those soggy clothes. Oh my! Taka-kun's so bold. Please, won't you unbutton my top for me? If you insist. My fingers shook as I reached down to the laces of her bodice. I was blushing brightly, and my head was spinning as if I felt my fingers touch the cloth. Before I could continue any further, I heard a whoosh behind me and felt something heavy impact against my body. Well, fuck.
What could that have been?
She probably knocked... Is it Maiko?
Maybe.
My body toppled forwards and I felt a nasty blow to the back of my head. It's probably her fox sister knocked my ass out. Yes, Maiko. I was right. Oni-sama, I brought the... Oh no! Takahiro! Wait, who...
You didn't mean to, at least, right?
What the hell? Did she knock... She probably knocked my ass out by accident.
Yeah.
I could barely focus as the blonde fox girl began to fuss over me, but it was no good. Between running my butt off all day, the Tsundere tyrant, the following rescue, and now the blow to the head, I felt myself slip into unconsciousness. Yet again.
Later that.
Well, I'm going to end the recording.
Wow, you've been going half an hour. That's all.
Yes, half an hour. So next part coming up. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.